Alright, happy Thursday everybody. Hope you guys had a good Wednesday and a good day today. It's Thursday evening over here in my neck of the woods. Day went pretty well. Got some more CAD 3D software done up for the avionics panel for this aircraft. Did some 3D printing, mounted some stuff. If you guys watch my Instagram and Facebook, you saw I'd made the under my drafting table mount for this drawing tablet for when I'm doing analog drawing. It can slide up underneath there, and I just made a wall mount for the side of the bookshelf here for some of the other things. But I hope you're doing well today. I'm doing pretty good myself. Neck's doing all right. You know, it's healing a bit more and more on it from that procedure, so the PRP injection stuff is definitely a good thing for that. Keeps me from having to have surgery. So, but anyway, could you come in, tell me how you're doing, how your day's been, what's going on? What I'm doing today is I got some gesture poses and stuff on the screen in front of me here, and I'll try and see if I can put them up on the screen for you guys to see as well. Probably block out some of the tool window on the right side here of Photoshop. But we're going to do some more digital drawing with this drawing tablet. Kind of keep getting myself into a more digital, and that way I can get a little bit better on it. So, but without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So let me see if I can first, maybe I can do, can I do the photo? No, I think I can do the web view pop-up. There we go. So as you can see, I'm using Pinterest for some of my, see if I can slide that over a bit. No, that's okay, it'll be alright. I'm using Pinterest for some of the gesture poses. I got others that are in my stock that I just haven't done yet. It's on the other screen, but I don't think I have that set up to where we can open it up and take a peek. But anyway, grab the pen, got the glove on, and let's play with this pose. This pose looks kind of interesting. It's hard to tell. It looks like he might actually, I don't know, he's got his hand out a little bit like that, but it looks like he could be, I was thinking sort of a Sherlock Holmes pipe type thing, so maybe we might make a character sort of like that, like he's like a detective when he's got his old pipe style. So we'll use it as a warm-up anyway. Let's see if we can get to this look down here. So maybe we'll run it that way. But other than that, it's been a pretty good day today. Of course, I have some classes that I'm finishing up with, so I'm waiting on some project feedback for that. A slight twist, but you can see sort of like how the boxiness of his hip is more pointing that way, so it kind of has a twist to it. So this kind of straightens out a little bit more as it twists over. So kind of get this layout first on it, and of course I'll size them up and scale them up as we go. Let's see, so we got the body weight down here. We want to drop the leg to where it shows where he's got a lot of his weight on it. Brian, howdy brother, how's your day been? How's Wednesday been for you? And how's your day been today? Doctor visit and everything go well? So we're kind of just making a little skeleton right now of him. So we want to have, so bring this so like that as it sweeps out. So we'll bring the knee to there. And of course we'll bring the foot down because it's not quite going up too high. So, and he's got foot partially raised. So, let's see, we got one shoulder up a little bit here. And he's going to have one hand on his hip, so we'll run that way. And let's see. About there. Let's go ahead and move him over and make it over to my quick shot area. Free transform, and let's just slide him over a little bit here. Get us a little more space on that. And brush. was okay. Yeah, doctor. Guess I have mild emphysematous, which isn't good. Going to do breathing tests in May, which you're supposed to have me do this time, but didn't order it. Oh, that's interesting. So, hmm. You know, isn't that something typically like? Isn't that something typically for smokers and stuff? You're not a smoker. Might be a little too high for that, but let's see. So we got that piece in. Let me zoom in on this a little bit. And bring it in here. Now that we got a little bit more, we might actually lighten this part up because I don't like them when I'm looking up. I want them looking more straight, like maybe like that. So I don't smoke and not around seconds as I steer from my brother. Mom, when they smoke, she thinks it may be genetic. Do cheek swabs and at the lab to see. That's interesting. So they think it's that, but they didn't do any breathing tests? How did they determine which? Yeah, I texted your wife and she said it could be from chemicals, exhaustions, dust. Yeah, that they've gotten into in the schools. It just takes a while to show the symptoms. So they haven't done any, there's not really any formal tests done yet on that, just taking a guess right now that that's what it could be. Oh, I had a CT and she said that's what it said. That's what it said? Okay. So she just doesn't know how to read it then. Okay. But, alright. Well, hopefully we'll figure out a way to get through that stuff. I know a lot of I had some breathing, I still have a little bit of breathing problems, but that's because of some of my posture stuff. You have a copy and it does say that. Well, that's just somebody who read it, what they think without even seeing any of the other stuff. That's what I've learned from they always talk about worst case scenario things and those things anyway when it talks about the results and stuff. I mean, you ever want to, it's like looking up your symptoms on the internet sometimes. It gets a little crazy. You know, all the scare stuff that they have in there. When usually all of those tests that I've had when I do see the readout stuff, it's like some of it's like ridiculous of what it could be and this and that. You know, or appears it could be, but you know, I've had stuff that my doctor goes, yeah, they always just put junk like that, but it's probably most likely nothing. I was like, okay, well then why the heck did they do that? So let's see if we can get this guy done up a little bit more here. So, but anyway, man, I hope they find a solution for you, brother. That'd be nice. Get it to where you can get back on, not having to worry about any of the mess. Yeah, I think that's why she wants the breathing test and the cheek swabs. I do have mild asthma. Yeah, I look at all of it. It drives me crazy. I need to stop doing that and just let the doctors figure it out. Well, that's what I did, but I did my own research. And once I got into doing my own research, that's when I really started healing. Because you know yourself the best on your body and whatnot. So, I'm not saying, not to seek medical attention, but at the same time, definitely the hard part is digging through the stuff that is on when you go doing look searches or checking for anything valid, is that you find lots of junk and you have to kind of sift through what's good and what's not good. So that's the difficult part, is siphoning through all the garbage out of it. But it's let's swap this down here and see if we can. Let's see. getting a little bit of a nice little, starting to flesh them out a little bit more. Let's see. Yeah, it's kind of both ways. When I looked it up, it said stage 2 to 3 have 5 years left to live, but it did look like a garbage article to me. In fact, check like that was my main job, so that helped me learn more from good places to the to the bad ones. Yeah, it's getting more and more tough. Even Healthline's kind of, to me, it's kind of junky, especially when it comes to food and diet and whatnot. They got some pretty awful things that they think is supposed to be good for you anymore. So, but that's also part of the reason why I kind of got out of some of the traditional training of fitness nutrition stuff a while back, because one of the big things that they have you do is you have to, when you go to get like a certification or accreditation, they basically force you to have to only use what they deem is correct, or what they say is like off of a government site, instead of actually looking at any of these alternative medicine stuff, because they don't want that stuff getting out and actually being shown that it's helpful. Sort of like my PRP neck injections that I had. It's ridiculous that insurance and nobody wants to deal with that based stuff, because it actually fixes people. So when you actually fix people, then I guess they don't have a customer then, because if you're healthy, you don't need meds. You don't need to see doctors all the dang time. You don't. So, and they don't want that. They want to be able to have clients and customers. Sorry, I'm getting on my soapbox. So, let's see here. We got that one. I'll go this way. I haven't looked up food and diet. They walk in clinic. Doctor told me GERD is different for everyone. Try food and see if you can handle it right. They prolong as it's more money. Yeah, I'll give you some info and stuff. I'll shoot you a message after the live stream with some stuff that I found out, and there's actually some good proof on to matches some of these types of eating and stuff that has corrected a lot of things, including GERD, to where they got off the stupid proton pump inhibitors and junk that you actually need to be able to digest food. So, just another garbage thing that I personally myself have gone through and felt what that junk does to you. Anywho, let's see. Then it looks like he's actually got fingers that way, and there. Alright, let's move this down a little bit and see if we come up with this. So we sort of have, we got this, got the pelvis area. Yeah, I hate taking medication. Want it off as fast as I can. I'm such a picky dealing with big meat and potato man. I know generally it helps with weight, which I do need to gain. I appreciate it. Yeah, I'll show you some. There's some really good, interesting articles of things that definitely open your eye up to what is some. Whoops, put the brush tool. But some good things that actually contradict what they're trying to say is stuff. So let's see here. Got that part for the thigh. So we got the buttocks, and we got the quad coming down. kneecap. Then we got, let's zoom this out a tiny bit. There we go. And that's no problem, brother. I'll show you some of the stuff that I've learned and how I'm adapting on a lot of stuff and actually healing beyond what they even said I'd be able to do. Because these are doctors who were saying that some of the stuff I was saying, they said it was in my head, and even though they saw some stuff, but they're like, oh, it shouldn't be causing that much problem. I said, well, what if it is? Oh, it shouldn't be. Well, and then of course you have the doctors that are, like I said, no tests and stuff, are just guessing and presuming of it. The other thing is, you got to have a good mindset to know that you're going to heal and whatnot, not listen to all the stuff saying that it goes with age and this and that, because that's a bunch of bullshit. You got a couple of things, but the body's an extremely resilient machine, and it likes to heal. Back on the eraser, aren't I? There we go. Keep popping that eraser. It's supposed to only flick it back on and off. That's all it's supposed to do. So we're under there. Let's run this guy that way. Let's see. That's awesome. Hopefully we'll help get rid of it. Got to get off this gabapentin soon too, as I don't think it does much of anything. You understand? My primary care told me last year I'm a puzzle. We may not be able to figure these things out. I'm like, you're a doctor. You should be able to figure it out. You went to school for this. Yeah, that's why it's called a medical practice. But we might be able to come up with something. Alright, we got that gesture. That gesture looks kind of neat. Nice little sketch stuff. Let's see here. Let's flip it horizontal, see if everything looks okay that way. I think that leg is a little off. So let's go to lasso tool and let's grab that leg and see if we can do a little bit of rotation on that. Let's go edit, transform, rotate. Let's see if we can bring that in and down a little bit. And down a little bit. That might actually work out okay. Uh-oh, frozen, now you're disappeared. You're back, no sound. Going to refresh, and if it doesn't work, back to YouTube. Yeah, Twitch has been having some troubles lately. Wish I could get them figured out. Nope, no sound on the way to YouTube. Did I lose? Let's see here. Let's go back to Pretzel and see if yeah, we just had a momentary lapse. Oh, there's an update available, of course. There we go. Alright. Let's see. Go back over to my quick thing on my Stream Deck to have my hotkeys over there. I like my table at an angle, but it's not working out for my mouse because my mouse doesn't like to sit still. So anyway, if you're just joining us, what we're doing is we're playing with some gesture drawings and stuff, as you can see. We're going to use this, and I'm thinking we're going to change that hand up, and we're actually going to let's actually make that a separate layer. Got sound to YouTube, it looks great. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, Twitch has been having some issues lately with stuff, so I don't know what's going on with that, but let's see here. Let's layer via cut. Make that hand option 1, hand 1. Let's make a new layer, and we're going to actually get rid of that hand, and we're going to see if we can add maybe in. Like I was thinking, I just tried Twitch again, it's making your voice not sound right again, but sounds perfect on YouTube. Yeah, like I said, I think they've been having a little bit of issue. So, Oh well, YouTube's just fine as well. Still get to watch and whatnot. I think what we might actually do is kind of give this guy a little bit. I think I said I want to maybe have him where he's holding the pipe. Maybe let's kind of bring that in here and we'll work on that. So maybe we can have it to where he's holding the pipe. So maybe we'll palm. So he's going to have this. And we want to put a hand sort of like he's knuckle, knuckle, knuckle. Let's see. So do that. Who knows? Maybe it might be dealing with my. I just saw that I got have an update for my my song app that I use, Pretzel Rocks. Maybe that's what's causing some of the artifacting and issues with the sound and stuff on there. So let's give this guy up here a little bit to that way, and like he's holding that pipe. And then this one will be even a little bit further up. So we'll go from this knuckle up to there. And this one will be that way. I don't know why they're very strange in physical therapy. My since I had the doctor this morning. I don't know how great that is working either, as I have good days and bad days. Could be. Well, you will have good days and bad days, especially when you're training and stuff, because as your body recovers and repairs, or is trying to repair, it'll do the same thing that way. Let's see here. Let's give it like a little idea for a pipe. So maybe we do a little that way. Just throw a little. Usually it comes from the bottom, so maybe we'll just kind of do that. Like he's got like a neat old style pipe. And we got to give him like his thumbs up here holding this side. That might actually kind of turn into something. That looks a little bit better. Maybe we'll also, let's go ahead and get rid of the guy off of the screen because we already got his pose. Bloop. There we go. Let's go to the lasso tool. We'll grab this head here and we'll not cut it off. Oh, I gotta go down to sketch. Sketch. Transform. Let's tilt his head a little bit more like he's maybe that way. And bring it over this way a little bit. That looks like it could be a little bit better. Let's see. Let's see here. So we got that layer out. Let's get rid of that hand because I like the pipe hand better. And what we'll do is we'll merge it down. Nope, not that. Merge down, not merge visible. There we go. So now we got the sketch. Let's put a new layer. We'll do line art. Maybe. There we go. Line art. There we are. True. They said it would take a really long time to fix my posture. I only have 35 free sessions, probably too much for self-pay. So hopefully it's fixed in a month or so, we'll see. Well, the nice thing is you can actually do a lot of this stuff at home if there is stuff that you want for correcting the posture and whatnot. So that's a nice thing. There's a lot of stuff you can do at home. Let's go ahead and drop this down to 50. Can't see that because my face is in the way. I'm over here playing on the layer section. And let's move to the brush. Tab it out. There we go. And let's go to the brush tool and let's change it over to the paint brush. There it is. Let's see if we can get a little bit of something more out of this now that we got him kind of laid out the way we want. Let's see here. Let's look up. Let's see. Old detective outfit. See what we got for some neat old detective style outfits that might be come up pretty cool. that don't look goofy. Some of these look just absolute. Some of these look more like gangsters than detectives, but all right. Of course, they got the hat, but let's. Yeah, well, why not? Maybe we'll give him the hat. Give him a. Am I on the brush? Should be. Go to line art here. Well, is it not? How come wait a minute. How come I'm not getting any color? Let's try this out. Okay. Give that a little shot and let's see. Alright, now we got something. There we go. Yeah, the game I've been doing and added some recently switched some. I bought the exercise ball and the resistance band as well, so I can do a lot of it at home. Don't have the weight machine, of course, so I have this back weight machine they have. It looks great. Thanks, Bri. Yeah, you actually don't need weight machines and this and that. That you can do plenty without that. Let's see if we can get a little bit. Let's get a little bit more. Maybe bring it down to 25. Yeah, maybe 20. 20 doesn't look bad. That's a good size. So maybe what we'll do is we'll give him sort of a maybe let's put his hat a little bit higher up, that way he's not like shoved down in his head. Maybe we'll put it up here a little bit more. How does he got that? Yeah, no, it is actually a little low, so maybe let's see if we can. Map him out a little bit better now. Let's see here. So I got that. Maybe we'll. His hat will kind of come close to his ears. So we'll run that way. We'll give this up a little bit. Then we can kind of. Let's see. We'll give him his. Leave it right is about an hour at home. 37 the app. And the app alone plus how they gave me to do. When I lay on my stomach and with my fits out and head up. Said to try to get up to 10 minutes. Oh yeah, doing Supermans. So. Yeah, they got some old school stuff that you can do, and especially for trying to improve the posture and fix some of the tight muscles. And so we're gonna have that. Get this tie. Let's see here. Zoom out here, and maybe we'll get a little more sketchiness on them. There we go. Alright, back to the brush. Let's see, should we do a coat, or should we do that twice a day, but last time it hurt. If it hurts, magic also plays tonight finally. Oh, cool. Are there time they come on? They come on at 8 or? Whoops, almost lost my mouse. Put that back over there. Maybe we'll give him a vest for it. So we'll give him a tie here. But we'll also give him like a. is that what it's called? Interesting. Oh yeah. Superman's where you lay on your stomach and you kind of do, yeah, and you basically pull yourself up to help try and straighten it out. Which I had no clue to do anything. Reminds me of children laying down on their stomach to read. Yeah. Oh, you're talking about where you lay on your stomach and you push yourself up. That's a cobra pose. That's a yoga thing. I think 7. I'm going to check the score. Cool. Yeah, give us an update. Let's see how the magic are doing with that. That'd be cool. So let's see here. We want the vest kind of comes a little. We probably will miss some of this stuff on the vest because I'm thinking about giving him an overcoat too with it, but we still want to map the vest in like he's actually wearing it. So he's going to have a vest. And let's see. So maybe with that we'll give him, I don't know, do we want to do a coat? We could do a coat, or we could probably do like, maybe let's try maybe with the curled sleeves, like if he had his sleeves rolled up around here. That might actually be pretty cool. Just coming from a simple pose that we did. Might actually look pretty good. I'm winning 23-18, first quarter, couple minutes left. Oh, it's yoga, interesting. A lot of these I think are yoga. They have me keeping myself up for up to 10 minutes. Yeah, some of them are yoga poses. A lot of them are going to be yoga poses and stuff. They're good. They definitely can help you for if you're having some tension and keeping stuff tight and needing to correct certain areas like that. It's definitely good stuff. Let's see. Let's give them 3 button like that. It doesn't look too bad. We'll have to figure out a haircut for him and stuff too. But like I said, right now we're just kind of fleshing them out a little bit. We'll go back over yet another one. There'll be like a cleanup, type line art. Then we can work on actually. There we go. So we'll do that. Sort of like that. There we go. And let's see here. He's got it to where he's holding. These guys are going to be a little more tighter in, so we might actually bring them down like this, to where they don't have too much showing. Then we'll have one there. We'll have one like that. We'll map out. Might have to look up maybe some unique type pipe designs and stuff that'll work too. So I also do one similar to that as we push myself like so, and then back down and then back up 10 times, doing 3 sets. Yeah, I never knew yoga would help. He looks great in the hat and jacket. Yeah, we're starting. Like I said, it's just so what you do. You just kind of keep piecing them together as you keep going, and sometimes it's good practice. Sometimes especially with doing like just gesture poses and whatnot, because you kind of go, you take a gesture drawing or a pose that somebody has from another image, and you kind of outfit them and see what might be a pretty good a good fit for that actual pose piece, but also get your mind moving on trying to come up with a neat character we could do. So we might actually, I tell you what though, his leg is still sticking out a little bit far back for me on that. I kind of still not liking that. We might actually clean this up. I don't know, it does have a little bit of good. Let's see if we can play with that a little bit. Let's lasso that sucker up and free transform. That's maybe. I have a feeling it kind of feels like it's probably a little low in his hip. Maybe we need to just kind of. Maybe we could rotate a little bit more. Let's see here. That way it doesn't look too far pushed out. I miss seeing you. I miss seeing you too, brother. Oh, you miss seeing... I miss seeing you. Alright, Frontier. Well, good seeing you too, brother. We did a little gesture drawing we worked on just to come up with the pose, and now we're creating a character off of it, so let's see if we can. There we go. Here, deselect it. Keep forgetting what the quick thing. I think it's escape is the deselected. So getting used to remembering all the. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. It's not so pushed out so far. So it does look a little back a bit to me too. Maybe he's ready to dance. Yeah, that's sort of like how I'm because well the pose that we use is actually somebody that's in a theater performance where they actually have very exaggerated moves and whatnot, which is pretty good. So I'm thinking we might actually, this one doesn't look too bad because it kind of looks like he's kind of turned around talking to somebody like, hey. So, and you would put your foot back and you would pivot a little bit. So maybe we might actually bring the kneecap a little bit more over when we go to do the drawing piece on that. So we might actually run it that way. But let's see here. So we got his tassel area. He's gonna do some pants for this boy. And let's see here. The pants are going to have a little bit of pull that way. A little bit of a pull in. Just map out some pants on him real quick here and see what we come up with. See a little hint of his belt underneath between the vest. And we're going to couple that way. And then we should bring it down a little bit. Maybe give him a cuff. Give him a cuffed pant. So sort of like that, because we don't want him to be skin tights. He's not wearing leggings, he's wearing pants. So let's see if we can come up with something a little bit nicer that way. Let's go to the brush. And let's maybe that way. That looks a little bit smoother. Like then we can also throw the pant legs about that way. That's true too. Yep. Yeah, sort of like that's part of the nice thing about doing as is you're not having more of a too much of a static pose. It's sort of something that you can feel that they're actually moving and rotating on with it. So he wants to take his girl on a date. No leggings. Come on. Yeah, no leggings. Pants. He's a pants man. This is be a kind of a, like I said, it's sort of was thinking when I saw the theater, the gesture pose that they used off of this theater performance this person was doing in there, I kind of had this thought of us and sort of like a Sherlock Holmes type feel, which was the whole basis to it. So, but we'll do another type detective. This might be like maybe a 50s, like almost like a Cagney and Lacey detective. So we'll just kind of mapping out a couple of things we want here. Let's say knuckle. We might move that. We're gonna have to move that up a little bit so it feels a little bit better. Okay, so, but we're getting the layout basically what we want on them. So let's add another layer. Maybe we can take away the sketch, so, or the initial sketch, the gesture pose. Whoops. Help if I actually got to give him some shoes. Almost forgot. Actually, some feet would be good too. Let's see. Those guys usually have run it that way. We'll see, maybe we'll just put a nice little, their shoes usually had like a little bit of a tip to them like that, and had a little bit of a sole, or a heel, sorry, heel and a sole. Oop, too much. What am I doing down there? Let me bring this thing up and let's just make it work much better instead of me working off of the bottom there. Rotate her out. Keep forgetting I got some of these pieces to me, like these little neat little tools we can do with it. Like to see your hand work, see your hand working on the drawing. Maybe move the camera down to see your handy dandy work. Oh yeah, I'm doing it digitally and stuff. Let me you're not going to see it from there. I'll have to adjust. Let me see if I can. What do we got here? 1 second. Let's see if I can add a video capture device. You get to see some funny stuff. Overhead cam. Ooh, that may or may not work out too well. Maybe I got kicked the light up a little bit. There you go. You're not going to... Alright, let me see if we can try that. Add source as an overhead camera. Let me pull it over here. And let me grab my remote. Let's see if I do that and move it a little bit. Just there you go. Alright. Bring that guy down. Kind of seeing me get to build my my overlay right in front of you guys. There you go. So now, how's that? Is that a little bit better? Now you can see the digital screen. It's not really much to see as you would see on the front there, but that's basically what I'm doing. And over here is this is a Stream Deck. You probably can see very little off this side. There are little OLED buttons and stuff, but it's got I preset all my buttons and stuff. So when I go to move and do stuff around that, make sure I got the brush. So come back to here. Does that look better? You like that a little better? There we go. I'll have to tweak it out a little bit better on that to where you guys can get a better look. So but yeah, we're just gonna, and let's see, bring that up here. I think I'm going the wrong direction. That's more like it. Alright, so we got a little detective guy. Let's go ahead and save the work. Put it as... Let's see, we'll do detective guy. Version 1. Alright. So, now let's get rid of the sketch. We got to the first line art, so let's take this guy and let's bring this one down to 50% now. We'll do some cleanup work on it this time around. Oh, look at that. Let's push that layer down, merge that down to the... Actually, hold on a second. Let's undo that. Let's make this back to 100% before I merge it down, so that way the tones all match up. Merge down. Make that all 50%. There we go. See, I'm still used to using my keyboard. He turned out great. Well, thank you, Brian. I'm still using my keyboard, and I got to get used to going here where I can hit new layers and stuff. And now I can do. We'll do cleanup for the layer. And now let's see if we can get some further detailing on him. Come on. And of course, it moves a little bit slow because I now have this camera, that camera, this going through the stream. You know, I got 3 monitors. It's definitely pushing it out. All right, testing the limits of the computer and stuff. John, what's happening, brother? How you been? So, good to see you on here, man. Oh, thank you for liking the stream too. So yeah, we're just playing around tonight, as usual, enjoying a little bit of relaxing time. Very exciting times, my friend. Oh, cool. You got something neat coming down the pike? I've been playing with some 3D printer stuff and working on putting together some additive manufacturing things, so working on some goodies that way. So I hope everything's going well with you too. Almost gave him that Humphrey Bogart, for those people who know who Humphrey Bogart is. That sort of like a little bit of the look he gives. Let's see here. Missed a few streams, but I've been watching a few. Very cool, man. Well, I appreciate when you get a chance to come in. I know you're a busy man yourself. This kind of gives a little bit of a breather time to get away from the stuff that's been happening for a day and just kind of chill out. Been testing out this Huon Canvas Pro 16 graphics tablet. It actually feels really, really good. So, and of course they didn't give it to me and stuff. It's not like this is some advert thing. Ooh, let me drop the eraser down, size down a little bit. That way I can work back with that. So, but yeah, so all sorts of neat stuff coming on down the pike. I'm getting ready to set up. I'm going to actually set up an Etsy shop because I got so many of different areas where you can buy apparel or buy things from that I'm just going to put it through there, and that way it's really be like a one-stop area to kind of see and catch everything. So I don't like that line. Let's see if we can fix that line up a little bit. Maybe we'll do it this way. We'll run the eyebrow up that way here. Looks great, buddy. Well, I appreciate it, man. Yeah, like I said, we just did a little gesture drawing study on this guy, and we kind of, from the gesture drawing, we created this detective character because he kind of had a pose. It was an actual a theater like picture that was of somebody doing a performance on stage, and they kind of had their hand out like this. So instead, I put a pipe in his hand as kind of like a old school detective thing, so creating a new character. We haven't figured out a name for him. Maybe we'll call him Johnny. Johnny Law. No, Johnny. We'll call him Johnny. Maybe we'll do that. It'll be our secret. So, let's see. But yeah. Before the age of computer, Johnny. It's kind of hard to remember those times. Let's see. We'll hit It's amazing though, looking back on that stuff. Maybe we'll give him a little smirk. Fix that mouth a little bit more on it though. We'll have to come up with a there we go. Maybe give him that stern look, like he's like, you kidding me, boy? Tell me the truth. His hair kind of got a nice look to it. But yeah, kind of create a neat little concept person here. Let's see. Let's actually come from back here and give it a little bit more of a roll. All right. Give it a little there. So anything new in the computer biz, Johnny? Got any cool stuff coming down the pike? Or just been busy working on servers and everything like you've been doing? Let's see. Let's rotate. Get it about there. And bring that up. Go back to the brush here. Maybe have a pointed finger on the pipe hand. I thought about that, but I kind of want him like he's kind of, maybe I might actually spin the pipe around to where, like, when you talk, like, because if you think they're holding the pipe like this and they turn it around, like the end that goes in the mouth actually would be pointing, it'd be like he acting as his pointer. We might actually swap that around. I might actually give it a little more power to it. Selling laptops like probably like none other. Let's see. Yeah. Let's give him a little brim. Let's get rid of that little back line. Let's see here. And of course, we'll give it a little. Let's see here. That hat looks a little too flat. I like it a little bit higher up. Let's see if we can make that hat a little bit higher. I do like the taller hat. Yeah. Gives it a better look. And of course we'll give him let's rotate this again, and we'll give him a little brim. Nice to rotate it and give it a little, like so. Alright, escape key to bring him back straight. This is space bar and control, and then you just slide on it and you can actually scroll out that way. Then you hold the space bar down and you get the little hand control to where you can move it around. Alright, so now we'll do work on his let's see here. Yeah, let's go over to that hand real quick, being you said something now. Let's go down to the line art, create a new line, or not a group, undo. Let's do a new layer. Let me use it. We'll do hand 2. And let's see here. Maybe we can, maybe we'll put the, oh, that's what we can do. We can take the little pipe piece and actually put it out like here, like out the front here. Like he's pointing with the pipe. That would be actually, that'd look a little bit cooler. Kind of gives you also more focus to that for the pipe. Let's go to line art and let's see if we can. We'll just kind of bring the skies up for the eraser. And we'll just kind of clean off some of the old piece there so we get a good look. Yeah, it looks pretty good. Like he's got it between his fingers like that. Nice. Nice. Go back to clean up here. And what we can do is take this hand part here and we'll bring this down to 50% as well. And then we'll just merge it down to the bottom one. Good idea. We're going to have to take one day and we will create a character based on I'll come up with a pose, and we'll come up with different like personality or traits or characteristics or body type and stuff, and then we'll create the character off of that based on what everybody kind of puts in for input. And I'll stick it up here on the page, and we'll see if we can come up with something. Who knows? Might come up with something cool. Let's go back to cleanup. Oops, I keep hitting my mic. I need to get a boom mic for over here instead of this head mic. Grab my nice headphones in. I really don't like this headset, but not yet in the budget. I'll have to budget it in there. Shirt should have a little piece like that coming through. I didn't like that one. That one didn't come out nice. That looks a little better. We'll give it a spot there. Alrighty. They used to have like something that they would wear around the top here or here before they would roll it up. Like it was like almost, I think it was a way to where it made the top bloom out. They had like a little band or something. I'll have to look through some of my the historical like clothing reference books that I got to see. Right now we're just kind of playing off our own creativity of our own areas for that. So, but no, yeah, been playing with my Inventor program, making some CAD pieces and 3D printing and playing with all sorts of stuff. I'm working on a deal, trying to get some additive manufacturing stuff happening out here. So do that, be able to create even something more than what I have been before. You know me, gotta create, gotta love it. Can't not do it. I don't like that line. That line was a little. Let's actually zoom it out. So that way we're not going so far on the page. Let's just rotate them upside down. That way we get a better curve with our wrist. So we'll do that and bring it over that way. I do like, however, doing this digitally because one, it helps out especially for not having to scan and do it. I do like the analog drawing a lot too, but at least this way you can see the image a whole lot better than with the camera trying to see my drawing because the graphite and stuff, how it reflects and everything. So this does work out nice. So it does have its good uses for it. Let's clean up that part. And go back to the brush. Okay, let's give this necktie a little bit fatter feel to it so it actually feels like it's in there. Going up and shower back soon. Have fun drawing. Alright, brother. We'll see you in a few, bro. Let's see here. Undo. Let's drop the eraser size back down so that way we can shoot back and forth through so we can kind of... This process that I'm doing is it's basically add and subtract. So as you can tell, this pen actually does act like a pencil to where if I draw lightly it will do light strokes, but as I get darker it'll go dark like that. So what the same result that I have with the eraser is if you do this and instead of it just wiping through, it kind of does it lightly depending on how the pressure I do on it. So it kind of mimics a pencil nicely. Sleeve garter, that's what they were. I knew there was something to that effect. I don't know if it was detectives though. I think it was more like you'd see them in like the casino guys or the gambling people where they had a sleeve garter and stuff for it. That's where you would see them in the movies, like the old Tombstone movie and stuff. I mean, you'd see them in the casino that they had going on. Let's see if we can bring. Go back to the brush here and let's see if we can give this a little bit more of a good feeling like that this is actually not just welded to his body, but actually a nice piece to it. Alright. Oops. Let's go to 20. Let's undo that. There we go. Well, we want it to feel like it's actually rolling around here. It doesn't have too much on the wrinkles on it because it is the vest is usually a little bit thicker of a material. So you'd get a tiny bit where the buttons are. You'd get, and if he had like a belly or something like that toward it would get really pushed out on it, or it would have some tension points. But most of them would be right around where the button is. You'd get like a little slot here with the button. Let's see if we can. use when shirt sleeves are too long. Yeah. Cool. See, not only is it relaxing, but we get to learn a little something new and neat each time. The sleeve garter. Let's erase this guy. Okay. Ugh, don't like that. It looks like chicken. Don't like the look of chicken feet. Makes it more, that kind of gives a cartoony, stylized feel. So let's see if we can. Maybe we'll run it that way. There we go. Let's see where we are. It's already 8 o'clock. Definitely moving along with this. I don't like the way that looks a little goofy to me. So we're going to have the elbow. Fat part of the forearm. Going to have the part of the wrist there, kind of the bony part that protrudes out. Let's erase that part up a little bit there. That makes it might feel a little bit better. That still that look. I think it's just too fat right there. Let's smooth that out. Make it. It's not that built up like that. That looks. It feels a little bit better. So we'll run it up this way. Here and there. Little sausages, got the sausage fingers. That's why it looks funny. Now I see it. We're gonna redo this. This does not look right with that, the way that hand is. I'm seeing it now. Let's go and just go to the eraser here. Let's see if we can crease this up. I'm just going to erase this stuff right on out. There we go. We're going to redo this arm. We're going to make this work a little bit better. Go to the, let's shrink that back down, go to the brush. Let's see here. We've got to put here, because his thumb's got to come to the back side here basically, so we're going to give a knuckle that a little bit higher up. We're moving his knuckle too low. Knuckle's got to be up here. So do it that way. There we go. Get these hands done up. Got another knuckle. Second knuckle sits up a little bit higher typically. Bring it that way. We don't want it that way. We want it kind of. There we go. That's a little better. these two smaller fingers are going to kind of come out a little bit more, and they're going to be sort of like that. The way the hand will be. I have to clean that up a little bit more. Got the wrist, and this time let's give them a little bit of opening in here with this, so it's not so tucked in so tight, because it's not going to be that puffy. And then here we're going to give a little bit more of a outer line area for this. Alright, a little tab that way and that way. So that looks a little bit better. We'll clean that up even more, because like I said, a lot of these details come up a little bit at a time. There we go. So sleeve's going to come out that way, so it's going to have a pull that matches that, so the fabric feels for the tension on it, the way it pulls up through there. So we're going to have that. That way it'll feel a lot better. So kind of give them this curl in for this rolled up sleeve. And we're going to have form there. Running there. This pipe looks a little fat, so we might actually kind of bring it down a tiny bit more, like so. That looks like a better size to it. We'll actually, what we'll do is we'll add a layer, and we'll add the filler in it, because we're, like I said, we're still just doing cleanup work on them, kind of trying to get them finish getting them fleshed out. And we'll probably even do some more detail work even after that. So we'll do probably 2 more layers until we have our nice clean looking piece. So let's bring that. Then of course we'll have an actual piece here. where you actually can. There we go. Oops. Not liking that. Come on. Move back to the brush. There we go. So it runs up, have the knee. So it might actually be like that. Then we'll have play that way. Get rid of some of that. There we go. The kneecap area will be about there. So we'll run that whoops, run that way. That up. Okay, so we're still sketching this guy out. Like I said, some people don't need as much time as I do on it, but I kind of, especially when I'm coming up with something new, I'll go through a ton. That looks horrible. I go through a ton of little sketch layers until I get something that I totally like. And let's see the way it kind of has it run. Let's run this up. Sort of a, not that way. There we go. Okay. Still takes a little bit to get used to this pen. Versus, I mean, even though it has a nice matte screen on it and everything works out really well for it. I mean, it's definitely nice, especially for the price of it. It's actually really good. But and it does help a little bit of the feel of the drag of like you would on paper, and it does handle the curve and the 60-degree angle and stuff when you draw and stuff. It will handle that as well nicely too. What I'd like to do is I need to try it on Clip Studio Paint. That's what I'd like to do. That one's got. Photoshop is good, but Clip Studio Paint just has it when it comes to the smooth, the more natural roll and feel to it. Because even on a crummy tablet or that doesn't have quite as much of the depth to it, it still comes out really nice. So let's. Little detail into his shoe. Oof, not that sharp. A little bit less than that. Let's bring this out a little bit more and up. I'm back. He's looking great. Thank you, Brian. Let's see here. almost done with them for a little bit of a sketch area. We might actually do something, do a different thing just to kind of change it up a little bit from the gesture poses and stuff. But now it is coming out. Got a nice little piece to it. Let's go ahead and hit the save button so we don't lose anything on it. Alright, not bad at all. Let's go File, New. Do another 13. I do them all as 13 by 19s, and I usually do them at 600 pixels, even though most is just 300 pixels. Pixels is fine, but it's always nicer to have it that more detailed and go down than you having to go up and it having a problem. So, new layer. Sketch. What should we do now? What should we work on for a sketch? Let me get the mouse turned back on. Maybe we'll we've been doing gestures and this and that for on this thing so far. We haven't really. Well, actually, you know what we can do? Let's go back and we'll do a little bit of coloring on my painting girl. Maybe. Come on. If it'll catch up. Maybe. There we go. Alright, now we're caught back up. Maybe we'll do a little bit of coloring on this. Let's go to the brush. We got the brush. Let's zoom this in a little bit. Let's get her cleaned up a little bit more. Let's where's my eyedropper tool? We'll go to that blue, so that way we have it. And we'll color base for her, so we're good to go there. Let's go back to the brush and let's clean up some of these areas. Actually, you know what I need to do? Welcome, Magic are winning by 1 at the half over the Pistons. They're the worst team in the East. Should be able to win, but who knows? Oh no. Let's go back and let's grab the lasso tool instead. That way we can just fill this stuff in as we go. So we'll grab some of this stuff a little bit closer. And need to hold the shift button down so we can add more to it. What we're doing is we're creating a base for this character, so also when we go to set it up we can do a layer mask on it as well. And what a layer mask will do is allow me just to paint inside or paint in the area that I have masked off, which means that I won't have to worry about painting outside the lines when I go to work on details on her, like tints or tones and whatnot. So that's why you prep your digital drawing this way. And grab the little hair strands here, add them in. Oh, that's what's the minus alt? Push the alt button down to subtract from it. And the shift button again. Run it down. Perfect. So, and let's there we go. Let's see here. Grab this hair as well. What we'll do is once we have this masked off, we can actually separate this even more down. So once we get the blue, we can do a base for the hair and whatnot. That way we can jump back and forth and work on different pieces without having to interfere with the other coloring layers. So it's a neat little trick to be able to do that. That way you have nice clean. But you got to do this first. This is the start line, the basis. So I'm going to do this a little dirty here, so that way we can just get it on, and then I can go here and I can add on where I missed a little bit. Get them trails running. Right here we can add on some. And here I came out a little bit wide so I can hold the Alt button down and give it the subtraction for it, to where it'll cut it back in. So let's go to the, where's it at? I believe that should be the paint bucket tool, and we'll go. And that way it fills that in just in where that ant trail is. So now I can go back to the lasso tool. I can tap that to clear that out once set off, and I can start, and I can add more on like over here where we got a couple of white areas here and here and in here. So we'll do the same thing there, and we'll work on this piece. Now you can use the paint bucket tool also, or the fill tool. You know, they have two different types. Photoshop's fill tool also does more than just fill it with a foreground color or background color over here on the left side. It'll actually allow you to use content aware, like if you mask something out or you're trying to get rid of like a piece of the background or whatnot, you can actually fill that way. So we'll hit that. But also you can hit fill, and it should bring up the thing where it shows foreground color and whatnot. You hit OK, it'll do the same thing. See? Like that. Back to the last one. And let's see where else. Let's take care of this hand over here. This is a great little tool, this stream deck that I have here. If you trying to remember like Control Z, F, you know, B for brush, E eraser, Control T for transform, all that stuff. Instead of having to hit all that stuff, I have it all laid out in here nicely. And I also use it because I can change over to the next screen over here, and this is all my stream stuff that I can do for all my stream controls. So, neat goodies. Helps out. Makes the process a lot smoother. That way I don't have to worry about focusing on that silliness. Let's bring it through there. And we'll do the fill. Okay. Bloop. Clean that up. Like so. It's a nice. It's a beautiful. So. Let's clean up that top part here. There we go. And we will could probably get rid of the sketch lines if we want. Just get to the top layer. This will make it a little bit easier so don't have so much stuff we're seeing. The nice thing is the line art that's even here right now, I'm probably going to do nice cleaner lines and stuff because we're not going to use like this gray, this dark gray that I used on it. For some of the line art, we're actually going to come with this similar tone coloring to it to where it blends nice, much smoother. So we'll do that and bring that around. We'll grab the rest of this stuff. Fill tool, enter. Let's go down here. Yeah. There we are. this one done up, and then we'll call it a night. So once we get this lassoed out and we get this layer done up, we'll call it a night. We'll also we'll probably work on this. I'll get this set up a little better for Tuesday, to where we'll play with some more of the coloring. And what I'll do is I'll actually walk through some of the stuff for like the brush setups and whatnot, how you can set up your brushes and whatnot, which is actually pretty good to do, especially if you've never played with this stuff before. Got the 1 foot sock. Let's give that a little corner there. Number 2. This is a nice little piece I started playing with. No, we don't want that. Let's click off of that. There we go. Accidentally hit the right click button on the pen. There we are. And let's hit fill and ta. Oh, I missed the spot. So we'll do again. Go right there. No, turn off. There we go. So. Alright. Fill. Enter. And let's see what else. Got anything else laying around here that needs to be done up on her? Or is she kind of cleaned up? Hey, she looks pretty good on that. Sounds like a plan. Yep, so what we'll do is we're gonna bring the sketch back up. We'll actually work on the sketch pieces for the background, what we're going to do for that, and doggo that we have here, and the painting of the dog also. So, let's go to here and let's just click that off. Let's go ahead and hit save for that. It's 8:30, it ain't too bad. Got one piece done, and we started back working on this one. So anyway, guys, let's take the glove off. Thanks for hanging out with me Thursday. You know, it was a great, nice relaxation thing. Get away from work and any of the other stuff. And this is some nice music and kind of let our creative juices flow. So I hope you guys have yourself a great night. Have a good Friday, good weekend. So God bless, and don't forget, guys, let's create something together. You take care now.